ॐ विश्वं दर्पणदृश्यमाननगरी तुल्यनिजान्तर्गतं पश्यन्नात्मनि मायया बहिर्योद्भूतं यथा निद्रया यस्साक्षात् कुरुते प्रबोधसमये स्वात्मानमेवाद्वयं तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये बीजस्यान्तरिवाङ्कुरो जगदिदं प्राङ्निर्विकल्पं पुनः मायाकल्पितदेशकालकलना वैचित्र्यचित्रीकृतं मायावीव विजृम्भयत्यपि महायोगीव यस्वेच्छया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्तिः 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 सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् ॐ Verse 26 कर्मोपास्ति विचार्येते अनुष्ठेया विनिर्णयात् बहुशाखा विप्रकीर्णं निर्णेतुं कः प्रभुर्नरः. So Vidyaranya differentiates Aham Brahmasmi Upasana and Aham Brahmasmi Nididhyasana, both dealing with Nirguna Brahma only. Aham Brahmasmi Upasana follows after Paroksha Jnanam of Brahman, listening to the Avantar Vakya and of Upanishad, of Veda from the teacher. And Nirguna Brahma Nididhyasanam is possible only after listening, gaining a aparoksha jnanam from the analysis of the Mahavakya with the help of teacher. There's a difference. So this is the difference between two, and that is he is showing here. In general, we can say difference between paroksha jnanam and aparoksha jnanam. That way also we can say. But it is better to say that aham brahmasmi upasana and aham brahmasmi nididhyasanam, the difference between the two. That has been now talked about. Anyway, so and in comparison, so difference here in terms of one is easy, other is very difficult. What is easy? Well, this paroksha jnanam of Brahman, the Nirgunam Brahma, is easy. Brahmanasti. Okay, I have Shraddha in the Pramana. Right? Acknowledging the validity of the means of knowledge is Shraddha. You acknowledge that this is valid. Shastra is valid. Eyes are valid. I acknowledge. That's called Shraddha in the eyes as a Pramana. And therefore, well, definitely this Jnanam, Paroksha Jnanam, is purely Shraddha, based on Shraddha. That's how Pujya Swamiji called Shraddha, but Swamiji stops there. And Vidyaranya goes one step ahead and says, no, there is a Jnanam. Anyway, we can accept it, there is no problem. So, Paroksha Jnanam, basically, of Brahman, Nirgunam Brahma also, well, which is generated from the Avantar Vakya of the Veda, with the listening of the Avantar Vakya of the Veda, is easy. Definitely it is easy. Whereas Aparoksha Jnanam, which is generated through the analysis of the Mahavakya of the Upanishad, even with the help of teacher, is very difficult. Very difficult. That is why, to be honest with you, if suppose Swami, please tell about Aham Brahmasmi in just half an hour. Well, you give me some 1 hour or 1 and 2 hours, and then I will refer and then I will talk to you. Even the teachers also has to prepare. Well, the Mahavakya, just you can't talk like this. Anyway, my point is this Mahavakya, analysis of the Mahavakya, even with the help of teacher, is not able to generate a Paroksha Jnanam that is the experience of everyone, in fact. And therefore, if a Paroksha Jnanam is not generated, then there is a question of Nididhyasana in which you are trying to internalize that Aparoksha Jnanam. It's more difficult. And therefore, Nididhyasanam of a Nirgunam Brahma, as the very Atma, I mean, Aham Brahmasmi, that Nirgunam, that is Nididhyasanam, is difficult compared to Upasana of Aham Brahmasmi, etc. And because there are several obstacles, and we discussed also, when person takes to Mahavakya Vichar, he doesn't realize that he has obstacles. When he starts analyzing Mahavakya, then he finds that, well, what is the reason that I am not able to appreciate it, etc. So, to convey this idea that Upasana is easier and Nididhyasanam is tougher, well, he gives an example. An example is tougher. The Drashtanta is tougher than the Dashtanta. And the example is of what? Veda Purobhaga, Karma Kanda. So, in Veda Purobhaga, well, basically, several yagas are described by the Veda actually. But, and the typical nature of the Veda is that it never gives you any procedure. Even if you go to a section where Agnihotra is described, you don't find the steps. Oh, these are the things, these are the way, well, these are the mantras with which you have to invoke this devata, etc. These are the materials you have to offer, this, that. Nothing, what time it should be done. It's not like that. There are no procedural details, procedures in Veda so far as any yaga is concerned. And therefore, I want to have a knowledge of Agnihotra. Let me open the book of Rigveda, etc. You will not gain even a inch of the jnanam in this, iota of the jnanam of Agnihotra. When you close the book, there is more confusion about the yaga rather than the clarity about this yaga. Therefore, but if suppose a book is there which tells Agnihotra you want to do, well, this is how you have to do. This is the first step, this second step, this third step. Know-how of ritual, right? That's called Kalpa. So, Kalpa Grantha. Anyway, so, means if you want to know about yaga or even Upasana also is like that. So, basically, many complications are there in knowing yourself procedural details. Yourself, yeah. So, you want to arrive at the details by yourself of any yaga, etc. is very difficult. And therefore, Acharya designed a scheme, they call it Puromimamsa scheme. That's called Mimamsa Shastra. This is called Mimamsa Shastra. Mimamsa Shastra is nothing but a tool. Tools rather. Tools are provided to you to analyze every Veda Vakya. So first you should know all the tools. Yeah. Shruti, Linga, Tatparya, etc. etc. Our that is there, Upakrama, Upasamhara, that's another Shadlinga. But then other Mimamsa, well, there Shruti, Linga, Tatparya, etc. There are several, 6 or 7 are there. Right now I am also not able to recollect all. So, well, you have to know all this, and then you have to analyze each Veda Vakya. And then you have to segregate, oh no, this is regarding this yaga, this is regarding this yaga, and this is talking about this step of the yaga, this yaga, etc. Very difficult, very complicated. And Jaimini has written the sutra, almost 3,000 sutras are there. Brahma Sutra, 555 sutras. If we want to study just Brahma Sutra, it took 10 years. For when I started in 2010, it was over when I came to US, 2020 we finish in Gujarati. 555 sutras took 10 years. 3000 sutras, and that took this Purvamimamsa sutras. I'm telling you, our Shashtabda Purti also will go away, and then, that what is that? Other all Purtis will go away. Still, the study will not be over. So, but Jaimini has given through sutras, he told how to analyze Vedvakya. If you want to arrive at yourself this particular details of the yaga, you want to know why this particular akshata has to be offered at this time. Why I want to know. Okay, go. Then first study Mimamsa sutras, and then start analyzing all the sentences of the Veda, etc. Anyway, so these Shadlingas are there. Shruti, Linga, Vakya, Prakrana, etc. Not Tatparya, I just said something wrong. So all these are there, and with that you have to analyze. So by applying those 6 clues, and so big investigation, and after elaborate investigation, well, you arrive at the procedural details of any yaga, etc. So, well, this is called Purvamimamsa Vichara, analysis of the Vedavakya. Here, please try to compare. Here, analysis of the Vedavakya, Mahavakya. Their analysis of the Purvamimamsa Vakya, Karmakanda, Purabhaga of the Veda. That analysis also is a headache. It's a headache. Very difficult, very complicated. So, we are trying to understand why this aparoksha jnanam of Mahavakya is difficult. Because the very analysis of the Mahavakya is difficult. Analysis of the Purvamimamsa Vakya also is difficult. There you need all different tools. Here you need tools that is Upakramadi Shadlinga. There you need this Shruti Linga Vakya Prakrana Sthanam Samakhya, etc. Those they are different. And compared to Vedanta Vakya, Veda Purabhaga is very complicated to understand. Very complicated. But how can you say like that, Swamiji? You can understand 6 times. If the portion is bigger, the sutras are here 555, there are 3000 sutras. And with the help of even you understand 3000 sutras, Mimamsa sutras, Purvamimamsa sutra, these are all Uttar Mimamsa sutra, Brahma sutra. There with the Purvamimamsa sutra also, understanding the whole Veda would be, sentences, analyzing all sentences of the Purva Bhaga is very difficult. Very difficult. And therefore, it is good. If you have a Shraddha, and then these granthas are there, Kalpa granthas will see. So those Kalpa granthas are know-hows, ready know-how. Just Agnihotra Yaga. These are the steps, these are the devatas, these are the dravyas. It is to be done at this time, that. Over. That's it. No analysis of Vedavakya and arrive yourself at the procedural detail. You get the procedure directly. So this is how this is a drishtanta. This is a drishtanta he is giving. That how paroksha jnanam is easy, and aham brahmasmi upasana is easy, and aham brahmasmi jnanam is very difficult. For that he is giving this example of a karma kanda. The drishtanta is very difficult actually. So this Kalpa Grantha, these manuals basically. There are 6 Kalpa Granthas. One, of course, Jaimini has helped you to analyze Veda, Vakya, and you can arrive at the procedure of any yaga. But other than that, Apastamba and Katyayana and Vaikhanasa and all that are there. They are there. Those acharyas basically, they are Rishis, and they have analyzed the Purabhaga of the Veda and gave you the procedures. This is the yaga, Darshapurnamasa I want to do. This is. Even Kalpa Granthas are not available. Only with the priest what they have is just a tip of the iceberg. They have they call Kalpa Grantha, and but they have a few procedures. But if you want to know the cause of this particular, go into the detail of every yaga, then you have to definitely go yourself. with the learning of 6 lingas, Shruti Linga Samakhya, etc., as I said. And first you have to go through all the Mimamsa Sutras and understand with the help of that Mimamsa Sutras any portion of the Veda Purubhaga. Here we understand Upanishad Vakya, right? Here we understand Upanishad Vakya. There also there is a confusion. Sometimes they say just Prana is a Brahman. Yeah. Sometimes say Akasha is Brahman. And now, sometimes say Akasha, Prana, everything is Jadam. Only Brahman is Brahman. That's a reality. All this is Mithya. If that is Mithya, then why do you say Akasha is a Brahman? If Akasha and everything, what is an object of knowledge, I mean, it's all is Jadam and it is Mithya, then why do you say Akasha is Brahman? So, confusion. So, Vyasacharya's job is to get rid of the apparent confusion. There is no confusion actually. Confusion is for us, not for the Acharyas. So, basically, that even apparent confusion, because if I don't understand, like, the word Akasha, well, because Taittiriya Upanishad says, Tasmad va etasmad atmanaha Akasha sambhutah. Akasha is something which is born of Brahman. Akasha is not Brahman, definitely. I mean, Brahman is not Akasha. And therefore, this is how we learn. A is B, but B is not A, or B is A, but A is not B, etc. We used to learn. And therefore, this is, suddenly Upanishad says, well, Akasha is Brahman. Means Brahman is called Akasha. So then it creates a confusion. Definitely it creates a confusion. So Upanishad Vakyas, has this apparent confusion because I don't understand why Brahman is called Akasha. Why Brahman is called Prana. Yeah. And and in regarding creation also. That's how second chapter of the Brahma Sutra is called Avirodha Adhyaya, where even all kinds of these apparent contradictions have been resolved, etc. Anyway, so this Kalpa Granthas, Acharyas have given, they don't give any argument. See, we are giving you this step in this yaga where this is to be offered. Now, if you ask why, no answer in Kalpa Grantha. No answer. Yeah. If you want answer, go to Jaimini now. Start learning Mimamsa Sutras and learn that Shadlingas and analyze Veda Vakya where the Agnihotra portion is there. Well, you analyze yourself and get the details of that. Why particular step is to be followed at this time and this particular dravya is to be offered and etc. Anyway, so Kalpagratha, these final procedures are given, that is good. And they will not say about how to arrive. This is what is happening even in our Sanskrit grammar also. Yeah. Like our Shabda Manjari and Dhatu Rup Manjari. Shabda Manjari begins with the very first page. Akarantaha Pullingaha Rama Shabdaha. Chal. Ramaha Ramau Ramaha Ramam Ramau Raman Ramena Ramabhyam Ramahi Ramena Ramaya Ramabhyam Ramibhyah Ramat Ramabhyam Ramibhyah Ramasya Ramayoho Ramanam Rami Ramayoho Rameshu. Oh, I want to know how word Rama has come from word Rama, how from word Rama, Ramau has come. No answer. Shabda Manjari doesn't. Shabda Manjari is Kalpagrantha. It doesn't talk. It just doesn't talk. No, but I want to know. Sutra. 2000 sutras. Paniniya Sutrani. So you have to go there. Yeah. And learning Panini means you have to learn his language because he talks something very different language. Very different. Akaha Savarne Dirgha. What is this Akaha? Oh, I am a Sanskrit scholar. I would like to know what is this Akaha. You take the dictionary and try to see where is this Akaha. Or Akka, Visarga, we can understand, okay, Prathama Vibhakti or something. But akka, what is this akka? You won't find. It's all meta language. Learning meta language, and then all pratyaharas you have to learn, and then whole Panini Sutra from one sutra number 111. First chapter, first pada, first sutra. Hababa. Then there you understand. My God, from word Rama to Ramaha, 30 steps are involved in which several sutras you have to apply here and thereby you get Rama. So if you want to detail how word Rama gives Ramaha, then you have to analyze a lot till you get the headache. Well, you have to do this. This is just one. Then Ramaho is there. Then Ramaha is there. Then Ramam is there. By the time you finish all the details of all 24 forms of word Rama, right, in all 7 vibhaktis, and 8 is Sambodhana. By the time you finish this 24 with their analysis and everything, your 30 years will go. So this is how it is. And therefore, basically, this is Kalpa Grantha. Dhatu Rup Manjari also Kalpa Grantha. Bas. Bhu Dhato Ho Lat. Bas. Pratham Purusha Ekvachanam and this Madhyama Purusha Ekvachanam. And then Tritiya Purusha or Uttama Purusha. These are all problem. That is also a big problem. But anyway, Bhavati, Bhavata, Bhavati, etc. Bhu Dhatu, Bhu to Bhavati. 30 steps we have done. That's how we are confidently telling you. We have done in our courses. That's how they start. Bhu Dhatu. From there, by the time you arrive at Bhavati, they have to rub this blackboard several times. Yeah. Bhu means, Pratham Purusha Ekvachan Bhavati. Accept it. If you have just Shraddha, you don't want to analyze it. That's fine. That's fine. No problem. Same way Paroksha Jnanam of Brahman. Brahman asti. Shraddha. No problem. Aham Brahmasmi Upasana one can do. Easy. No. But I want to know I am Brahman. Then go to Mahavakya. Analyze it. Oh, it doesn't click to me. Start Aham Brahmasmi Upasana. Okay. So anyway, so in Panini Sutras, words, this is how Vyakaranam. Vyakaranam, V plus A plus Kru Dhatu. We know, Vyakrutam we know very well. Vyakrutam means manifestation, differentiation. And undifferentiated, Vyakrutam becomes Vyakrutam. Yeah, what is undifferentiated becomes differentiated. So here also, Bhu Dhatu itself now undergoes a differentiation. Bhavati, Bhavaha, Bhavaha, all. Several verbal forms, several nominal forms, just Bhu Dhatu. So the process of, Bhu is like our, where all these forms are there in unmanifest form. And from there, you make all these forms. They manifest from that Bhu Dhatu. That's how this is called Vyakaranam. Expansion, you can differentiation, you can say. So anyway, Shabdamanjari, that is how Shabdamanjari, etc., they used to write Siddha Rupani. Already Siddha. We are giving you Siddha Rupani. So, that is the difference between Shabdamanjari and Paniniya Sutra is the difference between Kalpa Grantha and Purvamimamsa. Okay, this is how, in example. So this is, so here he says, mention about that. What is mentioned here? Well, in 26th verse, you can see very well, Anushte karma upasti vicharyete. Karma and upasana also you can include in that. Well, both here examples, not just karma, upasanas also. Upasana also is manas karma. Anyway, so karma upasti, karma cha, upasti cha. Karma upasti, it's a prathama. vibhakti dvivachanam. That's a dvandva samasa. Vicharyete, well, if you want, we'll have to, I mean, if you want a knowledge of karma and upasana, etc., well, vicharyete, then you will have to do a thorough inquiry into that. And why we have to do thorough inquiry into that? Because anushtheya avinirnayat. So if there is no nirnaya jnanam, there is no clear understanding that with regards to this anushthayam, with regards to its procedural matters, you don't know how to do it, the anushtanam of a particular karma, or how to do anushtanam of a upasana, then you have to arrive at yourself, the steps, etc., everything. Then definitely, vicharyete, you have to do a thorough inquiry into the Purvamimamsa. So, and even I have also seen sometime, in our homes also, sometime we do there is a, let's say we are going to do some celebration, religious celebration, etc. In religious celebration also, what is to be done first and what is to be done second and what is to be done at what time, etc., there is a ample. If you don't ask to priest, there will be a debate in the home. Debate, big debate. And still there will be a fight. Before a celebration, there will be a fight. Mahabharata begins. That's how they say, go to priest and ask. That's it. That is your Shraddha. That's called Paroksha Jnana. Like that it is. If otherwise, if you want to know the details of that, well, it will be very difficult. So, Anushtheya Avirniyat. Because of this non-understanding regarding the principles of the rituals, why it is not, because Bahushakha Viprakainam, Bahushakha. Rituals have been talked in the several branches of the Veda, or several Puranas also, or several sutras, Apastama Sutra, Vaikhanasa Sutra, Katyayana Sutra, Bodhayana Sutra, like that. Several sutras have been, these procedures have been there in that. So in different texts, different instructions, etc. are there. Bahushakha Viprakirnam. Actually, Prakirnam is spread over, scattered, in many branches. Bahushakha, in many branches of the Veda. What? Karma and Upasana, both. And therefore, Kaha Naraha Nirnetum Prabhuhu. Prabhuhu, capable. Kaha Naraha. Which person can arrive at this conclusion without elaborate inquiry regarding this karmas and upasana? Prabhu means a capable. And therefore, definitely, Kalpa Granthas are better. They give you procedure, you have a Shraddha, and you perform that. Performance doesn't require analysis. Knowledge of karma and upasana definitely requires analysis of the Purvabhaga. Mere performance of karma and upasana doesn't require those analysis. Easier. Verse 27. Nirnitorthakalpasutraihi gratitastavataastikah vicharamantarenapi shakto nushtatu manjasa. Kalpasutraihi nirnitaha arthaha. We can go very fast now because we have discussed this. So Kalpasutraihi nirnitaha artha. Finally arrived at. Meaning of which is final. The meaning which, of the any ritual or upasana meditation, finally arrived at this procedure, etc., where it has been told Kalpasutraihi by the Kalpasutras. These are number 1, number 2, number 3, etc. The steps in a karma, in a upasana, etc. And we just implicitly we follow it, and that will bless, right? Performance bless. Knowledge does not bless. Yeah, that we should know. Regarding karma, knowledge does not bless. So, regarding Purvamimamsa, performance bless. Knowledge of a particular dish does not help you, does not remove your hunger. Performance. Performance means you have to make this dish and eat. That also, eating karma also should be there. And therefore, then only it will help you. Tavata means by merely learning the final procedure. Astikaha anushtatum shaktaha. Well, a astikaha, one who believes in this Kalpasutra, has a Shraddha in the Kalpasutras, in the acharyas, etc., anushthatum shaktaha, he can perform this ritual. Anjasa. Anjasa means immediately, straight away. Vicharam antarena. Antarena means without. Vicharam antarena, without analysis. Without analysis of all this Purvimamsa, etc., Vakya, Veda Vakyani, well, he is able to perform the ritual and he gains a result also. And then he goes to now extend it to the upasana now. Here in this 27, regarding karmas he mentioned, and 28 he now says regarding upasana also it is the same thing. Upastinam anushtanam arshagrantheshu varnitam vicharakshamamartyascha tatsrutvopasate guroho. So upasana anushtanam also just you require a procedure. And where is that procedure? Arsha grantheshu. They give the procedure. And we know. Regarding upasana we can tell immediately. Regarding karmas we are not much aware of. But regarding upasanas we can tell in Arsha grantha. In Upanishad itself many upasanas are there. Samhita upasana in Shikshavalli. Vyahriti upasana in Shikshavalli. Pankta upasana in Shikshavalli. Like that, in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad begins with the upasana. So, well, there are Arsha Grantheshu Varnitam. These upasanas are very well there in the Purubhaga also as well as here. So, and then you can do this upasana. But why this Samhita has been taken as a year as upasana? But Samhita means is just a sandhi. That's a part of Vyakaranam. With the help of this, why here actually like that? This has been told by Shastra. So, our Upanishads are like Kalpagrantha. Of course, Bhashyakara may explain here and there little bit, but still, why Samhita alone has been taken like this, and why not something else? Like that. Well, this is how it is. This is how it is. And in Purabhaga also, well, the particular Devata, but with a particular form, suppose, has to be meditated upon. Why? And that too also after doing a particular karma, only you have to do it. Why? Why particular? I want to worship some other Devata. After doing the same karma. No. You have to meditate on this day. Why? No, but I want to know. Then go into that. Through Mimamsa, etc. Sutra, etc. So Arsha Grantheshu is there like Kalpa Grantha, where the upasanas have been described, procedures have been. So Anushtanam Varnitam, actual process of upasana is laid down, Varnitam, described. Guroho tat shutva upasate. So this person, well, Guroho, from the teacher, yeah. So he listens from the teacher. Naturally, we also all listen from the Samhita Upasana and all this when we study Taittiriya, etc. We come to know this Upasana through the teacher. Tat shutva. Having listened from the teacher, upasate, this shishyas do the upasana. Now, what type of shishyas? Vichara akshama martyaha. Martyaha. This human beings, the people, which are akshamaha. Well, they can do the inquiry into the very source of the upasanas, that is Veda Purubhaga of the Veda, etc. They can't themselves do the analysis, inquiry into that. Akshama means they are not able to do that. And therefore, they listen from the teacher, well, and they perform the upasana, having Shraddha in the teacher, or the Arsha Grantha, etc. also. So, in upasana, like, upasana jnanam and anushtanam is quite different. Anushtanam is simple. Upasana jnanam, etc., the details of the upasana, etc., is very difficult to know on your own. Same way, Nirguna Brahma upasana and Nirguna Brahma jnanam or Nididhyasanam is very, very different. Different means Nirguna Brahma upasana is very simple. Yeah, is very simple. And I will tell you, Nirguna Brahma upasana, Swamiji, I will just sit and start Aham Brahmasmi. No, you have to do at least something. Step is Mamopata Samasta Durita Kshaya Dwara, etc., etc. You have to do that. Yeah. But perhaps Hansa Gayatri and then start. So what is Hansa Gayatri? That is there. Hamsa Hamsaya Vidmahe Paramhamsaya Dhimahi Tanno Hansa Prachodayat. This is there. Hamsa Gayatri. So you have to do Hamsa Gayatri and you have to do Sankalpa. Any karma without Sankalpa, never do. I am telling you. Swamiji, you are talking like a Harsha Grantha. This is what I am telling you. Don't do. He knows he is a Sarvajna. He has to give. He will not give. Ishvara will not give you result unless you show your desire. Yeah. That's how you have to do. And therefore, Anganyasa, Karanyasa also is there, but here I cannot talk about it on my own. But at least do a Hansa Gayatri, then do Mamopata, etc. Sankalpa you do, and then start this japa of Aham Brahmasmi, etc. If anybody is interested, I am saying. Anyway, so my point is, this is how the Upasana Jnanam and Nirguna Brahma Upasana and Nirguna Brahma Jnanam or Nididhyasanam are very different, very, very different. One requires just Shraddha, other requires a Vichara, analysis. One is based on the Avantarvakya, other is based on Mahavakya. It's a big difference between the two. So between Avantarvakya and what is the context of all these Sambhadi, Brahmadis, Upasana and all this? What is this context? Context is this. One has listened Avantarvakya and not listened Mahavakya. In between, the gap, well, that is the context. Or listened Avantarvakya and Mahavakya. But Avantarvakya understood. Brahma Asti, understood easily. Brahma Jagat Karanam Asti, understood. No problem. But Mahavakya understood? No. Listened? Yes. But not understood. Okay. That's the context. Who is a candidate? Candidate is one who is not able to understand. He has some obstacle. He is a candidate. This verse number 13 to 29 is discussing the context and the candidate of Nirguna Brahma Upasana. That's how it is. And I tell you, between you and me, this is a wise step to do Upasana. It's a wise step, really. I'm telling you. And that he will also mention that. That's how, in fact, the whole chapter has been devoted to this Samadhi for that purpose only. And there is nothing big deal, right? You have a Shraddha. All our sadhakas have a Shraddha. Just do this, Hamsa Gayatri, do some Sankalpa and start. That's it. How long we should do? Do small portion. Should count? Need not count. If you want to count, you count. Or else just sit for 15 minutes. That's it. Twice a day. That's enough. But I have a lot of time. Then sit for 15 minutes at an interval of 3-4 hours and do. That's it. What's a big deal, right? You can do that. Okay, verse 28. So Vichara Akshama Martyascha, already I have spoken that anyway. So Vichara Akshama Martyaha, well, those people who are incapable, they want to do this Upasana because they know obstacle, etc. They will listen from the teacher and they perform. Upasate, and we have to understand Upasate is not a third person singular. Upasate is a third person plural. Yeah. Like Labhate, so Upasate. No. It is Upaste, Upasate, Upasate. That's how. It's the second conjugation has this kind of a form. Second conjugation is astat, upa plus as. Aste, asate, asate. Upaste, upasate, upasate. That's how the forms. So it is martyaha, right? Plural. Martyaha. Vichar akshama martyaha upasate. Guroho shutva. So from teacher, that shutva means this avantar vakya, listening to avantar vakya, etc. Then they start performing this upasana. They meditate on Nirguna Brahma. And meditating on Nirguna Brahma is not possible. Yeah. Because it doesn't have any attributes. If the Brahman had Nirguna Brahma has no attributes means no form also. Form is one of the attribute. Then what is this upasana? Just superimposing God Samvadi Brahma. On what? On aham, on the very ego, on the very I. Verse 29. Vedavakyani nirnetum icchan mimam satam janah aptopadeshamatrena hyanushtanantu sambhavet. Now he is concluding the discussion. As I told you, from verse 13 onwards, he has started these two topics. The context of this Nirguna Brahma Upasana and the very candidate of the Nirguna Brahma Upasana, that he is concluding here in this verse 29, which has started in verse number 30. So, Icchan Janaha. So, these people who are very fortunate, free from the obstacles, well capable of doing Mahavakya Vichara. So, Mimam Satam, Icchan Janaha Mimam Satam. Mimam Satam means let them do this Mahavakya Vichara. Man Dhatu is there. Man Dhatu means to inquire, to consider. From there they have San Pratyaya they have added and they made Mimams or Mimamsa. Mimamsa is another route. From Man to Mimams by San Pratyaya. This is how the Vyakaranam, expansion. And then Mimamsa. So, like Man Dhatu has a form, Mimamsa Dhatu also has all forms. In that it is Mimamsatam. So it's a lot. Agnyartha. Pratham Purusha Ekvachanam. Mimamsatam. Mimamsatam. So let them do Icchan Janaha. One wants a moksha, etc. Well, let them do this Mahavakya Vichara. Veda, and for what? Vedavakyani nirnetum. Why should they do Mahavakya Vichara? Well, because they want to arrive at the purport of the Mahavakya. Jiva Brahma for moksha. Moksha is possible by knowing that I am free. There is no Brahman is free. If you know the identity between you and Brahman, well, then you are also free. Therefore, Mahavakya Nirnetum, then you are able to claim. Boldly claim. When you are able to claim boldly, you need not do Upasana. Yes. But somebody, I am able to bold claimly that I am free. But it gets overlapped. Yeah, that is the job of Nididhyasana. That is Nididhyasana where this Dehatma Buddhi is let go away. But if you know that you are free very clearly, you are able to boldly claim it also, then you should not do Upasana. Don't waste time in Upasana. Do Nididhyasana in order to get rid of this habitual error. So, definitely there are no adrushta because you have understood Mahavakya. Mahavakya should give you the immediate knowledge. What is immediate is I. Immediate knowledge through Mahavakya is that I am Brahman. Aparoksha Jnanam is Sakshatkara, Brahma Sakshatkara, whatever you want to say, you say. That is there. And in simple language, I am free. If suppose during a day also you sit here for a time being and you think over. And you think over that I am Brahman, and then you say, then you are able to see that you are free. You are timeless. You are not within the space. You are spaceless actually. You are spaceless. Space exists in you. You don't exist in space. Space is just a superimposition upon you. So you are timeless consciousness. You are ever existent consciousness. Timeless means ever existent. And therefore, you are able to analyze it through these three states of experience that you have already listened. Avasthatraya Vichara, Avasthatraya Sakshi, I mean. And you are able to do now. Teaching is over, you have listened, but now you are able to do. And you are able to see that, yes, I am ever existent in all the three states. Therefore, I am free from all the three states. I am not bound to a given state. Therefore, I am not waker. I am not a dreamer. I am not a deep sleeper. All the three states are definitely superimposed upon me. I am the Turiya, etc. If you are able to see that I am free like that, then this kind of, you need Nididhyasana. Please understand this. You need nididhyasana. Then Swamiji, should I do this upasana? No, no, no. Because your mind is able to appreciate it. This jnanam, as aparoksha jnanam, as immediate knowledge, well, you are able to appreciate it. Then you require nididhyasana. You don't require upasana. Yeah. But Mahavakya, understanding of Mahavakya, it is not able to giving me this immediate knowledge that I am Brahman. Then you should do upasana. Yeah, that's the difference. Please understand this. So, if you are able to appreciate Mahavakya properly, then definitely continue with the Nididhyasana. Okay. So, here it says, so people who are not confident that they are free, for them, this is there. Aptopadesha matrena. Apta upadesha. Apta means here Guru actually, but then upadesha of the Apta here is just Avantar Vakya for this Upasaka, because he is not able to understand Mahavakya or he has not been exposed to Mahavakya. Then Aptopadesha for that person is Avantar Vakya. He has listened this Avantar Vakya of the, or in his mind there is a Apta Vakya, there is a only Avantar Vakya. He is able to appreciate that Brahman is the cause of the world. Yeah, Brahman is the creator and the creation, and is not even Brahman is the creator. Fine, first step. Brahman is the creator and creation. Second step. He goes through all this, and Brahman is the very adhishthanam of the creation, creator and the creation, both. That step is Mahavakya actually. So he understands two steps. Brahman is the creator and creation. Oh, he is a material cause and Upada, he is even efficient cause, etc. Everything is Brahman, and therefore everything is Ishvara, etc. Brahman is Jagat Karanam, not Jagat Karta. Brahman is Jagat Karta is the very first step. That is for the layman actually. Brahman is creator of the Jagat. Jagat Karta Ishvara is definition for very beginners. Jagat Karanam Brahman, Jagat Karanam Ishvara either. That's well the person understands through Avantar Vakya, Jagat Karanam. Yeah. But then Brahman is Adhishthanam, really is not a cause or not effect. Yeah. He is not, both Karanam and Karyam is superimposed upon this. Brahman, that's the consciousness, well, etc. That is a little, it needs a Mahavakya, definitely needs a Mahavakya. Anyway, so Aptopadesha Matrena, by concentrating on this Mavantar Vakya through the teacher, Anushtanam tu Sambhavet, then Anushtanam, Upasana, etc. will be possible. It's a karma, it is possible. And that will produce punyam, definitely. Like any other japa, Namah Shivaya or Gayatri japa, etc. produces punyam adrishtam. Same with this also will produce. And well, definitely, if you are doing upasana, etc., then definitely, not lying down and etc. Do it with a little stipulated manner, and sitting and facing east, etc. Certain steps you have to follow. When you do karma, means some steps will be there. You need, if karma is nishkama karma, you don't want anything. Just because you are obliged and you are doing, that is a different thing. Here you are interested in, you want a phalam, adrishtam you want, in order to get rid of the obstacle in understanding Mahavakya. And therefore, some stipulated some steps has to be followed. Discipline has to be there. Yeah, in Upasana. It is required. Anyway, and then one can gain adrishta and one can get rid of the obstacle. Then again, when he listens Mahavakya, he gains aparoksha jnanam. If he doesn't gain aparoksha jnanam, Swami, still, then go to Upasana. And then do Upasana and then listen. Still you do. Then do Upasana. Really? This is how it is. Do Upasana. Then listen. Now are you able to say I am Brahman now? Still, Swamiji, not. A little bit change is there, Swamiji, in me. Little bit change. Okay. Then do Upasana. Yeah. Do Upasana. And then listen. And the day you will call Swami, Swamiji, I have understood now. I am Brahman. Are you able to boldly say you are free? Yeah, yes, I am able to say that. Good. Then stop. Upasana. Now do Nididhyasana. Ah, this is the way it should be done. So first, well, Upasana, predominantly Upasana, and then somebody, you should not tell us that we should do Upasana. We don't have any obstacle. This is just, by the way, we are discussing a topic. That is why. I am not belittling you. Don't worry about it. Okay? But in case if you feel that, yes, in understanding a Mahavakya, we had a difficulty in as much as we are not able to claim what Mahavakya or Shastra claims. I am not able to claim that. Then definitely there is obstacle. Then do Upasana. So this is how you have to do. Whereas for Nididhyasanam, well, you need not have to sit, you know. So, samam kaya shirogrivam dharayan achalam sthirah sampreksha nasikagram swam dishascha anavalokayan pranapano samau krutva. Even that is also not required. You can do. That's also Nididhyasanam. It's called, they call it as a formal meditation, posture, etc. But even if you don't do, you can tatchintanam, tatkathanam, anyonyam, tatprabodhanam, Yoga Vasishtha says. So you can, Nidhyasana means you can listen again, Mahavakya. You can become Nidhyasana, writing, etc., discussing, talking to others, teaching. This all. There you need not have to, somebody, should I sit in facing east doing Nidhyasana? Anyway, in any posture you can sit. Okay, no problem. No, so there, no. Why? No karma phala. But moksha I want. Moksha is not a karma phala, dear friend. If it is karma phala, I will be the first person to drop. Because any karma phala, falgutaya liyate iti phalam. And therefore, definitely, that is how ihamutrartha phala bhoga viragaha. That is a long back. Ihamutrartha phala bhoga viragaha. No interest in anything which can be gained by karma. Moksha is something which is my own nature. That's it. That is how Vedanta never talks about the existence of the self. The very knower which has gone to the Shastra is the self. Vedanta talks about the reality of the self. That's it. Never talks about the existence of self. If existence of the self is proven by a pramana, then it is not self-existent. It's just self. I don't know how this word self, we use it for the I, is amazing thing. Because self means no dependence. Self-existent, self-evident, self-revealing. See? So it doesn't depend upon anything, it means. And that applies to I. Therefore, I is self. Or self is I. Because I am alone is self-evident, self-existent, self-revealing. What is self-revealing? Shastra has not to reveal. But that I is the reality of everything. That is to be told. Yeah, reality is Brahman, but that is I. Yeah, that is to be told. That's wonderful. And therefore, here for doing Nididhyasanam, etc., you don't have any stipulated procedure, etc. You can just sit you can listen, talk, teacher to teach, etc. Group discussion. So, definitely, and the difference between the two is, one considers oneself as I told you before, but I am reminding you, one considers oneself as a seeker. If one considers oneself as a seeker and says the moksha I will gain in the future, well, he is a candidate for upasana. One who says that I am Brahman, I am free, while still he does a Nididhyasanam for habitual error, removal of habitual error. So there is a difference now between upasana and Nididhyasanam. Topic between verse number 13 to 29. Aptopadesha matrena. He, we have to take it as a separate word. Upasana rupam karma sambhavet. This upasana rupam karma, that in form of a upasana, the karma in the form of upasana sambhavet, it is possible. With this, Vidyaranya has concluded both topics. Context of Nirguna Brahma Upasana, and after completion of Antarvakya Vichara, and before taking to Mahavakya Vichara, or even Mahavakya has been listened but not understood, etc. That's a gap between these two is a context. And the candidate is, that's another topic between this 13 to 29, and that is that candidate is that person who has knowable or unknowable obstacle. Knowable also, huh? Please understand. Yeah, you know this is the obstacle, but you cannot remove it. You need Ishvara for that. Yeah. So, knowable, unknowable obstacles are there, and in order to get rid of, well, you do the upasana. That's the person who has this obstacle is a candidate. So, he can take it to that Mahavakya Vichara once it goes. So we can say lack of a inquiry or a deficiency in a Mahavakya inquiry. Whoever has is a candidate for some Nirguna Brahma Upasana. Verse number just 30 we'll read, and we'll just discuss in short. Brahma Sakshat Kritistvvam Vicharena Vinandranam Aptopadesha Matrena Na Sambhavati Kutrachit. So now, from this shloka onwards, Vidyaranya talks about the means of aparoksha jnanam. Nirguna Brahma Upasana cannot give this aparoksha jnanam of a moksha or moksha. It only gives punyam because it's a karma. Upasana is a karma, manasa karma. It will give a karma phala in terms of adrushta. And we should know, somebody asked me that, Swamiji, but this upasana gives a adrushta, how can we say? Because just because Vidyaranya says that you should do this upasana, will it give adrushta? Very nice question. I said it has not been initiated by Vidyaranya. It has been told already in the Upanishad. We have seen that Nrsimha Tapaniya, Uttar Tapaniya Upanishad mentions about that. Vidyaranya gives a reference also that I am not talking on my own about this Nirguna Brahma Upasana. It has been mentioned in the Upanishad. It has been mentioned by the Veda. So Veda enjoins, and therefore there is a punya. Please understand. Adrushta is because the Veda talks about it. Not some Acharya talks about it, can give punya. No. So it is there is a reference in the and we have seen also in initial the chapter initially only we saw that Vakya is there in the Upanishad. So Vidyaranya highlights it and discusses regarding that. So this aparoksha jnanam, of course, is means of aparoksha jnanam has been discussed now from verse number 30 to almost 52 will be this topic. Means for gaining aparoksha jnanam. And we know very well one has to do vichara, right? Aparoksha jnanam is possible only through this shravanam and mananam. Shravanam of the Mahavakya, and through the Shadlingas, etc. Inquiry, and then mananam. Also, there are certain doubts pertaining to that. Getting rid of that will give a clarity of the knowledge. So this vichara, we can say analysis of Mahavakya. Vichara means Shravanam basically. We definitely include sometime Mananam, but mainly Vichara of Mahavakya Vichara means Mahavakya Shravanam through Shadlingas. That's it. So study and re-study and repeated study, and will give this aparoksha jnana. We talked, Nidhyasanam that cannot generate this aparoksha jnana. Nidhyasanam is just to recollect the aparoksha jnana in order to internalize. Anyway, so we'll see further. So Brahma Sakshat Kriti, etc. Yeah. Remember, Sakshatkriti means aparoksha jnanam of this Brahman. Aptopadesha matrena na sambhavati. It does not take place by avantarvakya of the Guru. Matrena means merely, by merely listening to our this avantarvakya. Well, definitely you won't get this aparoksha jnana. Na kutrachit nrunam means nobody at any time will can gain this aparoksha jnana through listening. Aptopadesha matra means through this listening of avantarvakya. Vicharena vina. Vicharena vina means without this inquiry into the Mahavakya, etc., this aparoksha jnana is not possible. And then Mahavakya Vichara, well, if we do, and do repeatedly, again and again, again and again, and again and again, then definitely it will give a clarity regarding that. That's elaborated in the next verse, we'll see. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.